channel. If you guys are new here, hello, my name is Cami. I'm so excited to have you. I am currently pregnant with my first baby boy who is due November 21st, and my husband and I are so excited. Time is flying by so fast, and I honestly don't think I would notice as much as like how fast time is going if I wasn't doing these updates. To be honest, you guys, it is crazy to me how fast 1 month goes and how much changes from month to month between my symptoms, between the growth of the belly and the boy, and just how I'm feeling as I'm getting closer and closer towards delivery. So it is very exciting. I do want to make note that I said this in my last update too, but I just want to let you guys know again, I'm pretty sure I'm off with these weeks in my updates. I'm not sure where I got astray, but I'm pretty sure I'm off. Today, today is my 9th month of pregnancy update, which is gonna cover weeks 33 through 36. And pretty much just my symptoms that I've had week by week, and how I'm feeling, and how baby boy is doing. And we're like getting down to the clock. Like, we have a month and 4 weeks. Like, what? It is literally blowing my mind. I'm kind of nervous, kind of anxious, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So I do want to know, before I start these next 4 weeks and my symptoms, I'm pretty sure, like almost 100% sure, month 9, like right around 33, 34 weeks, is when I started to feel pregnant, look pregnant, act pregnant. Like, I feel like I'm finally truly getting my pregnancy experience. It may only be the last month or so of pregnancy, but I feel like I'm finally getting it, and it's kind of crazy, but I also kind of love it. So starting out with week 33, the first thing is I have been craving cold stuff, and pretty much my go-tos are like fruit popsicles, frozen fruit, ice cream, but not really ice cream. We don't really keep ice cream in the house, so that's not something I grab a lot, but every like snack and after dinner and just pretty much throughout the day, I was eating popsicles and frozen fruit, and I don't know if I was dehydrated a little and just really craving water, but like my body or my mind convinced me that it was fruit, like something cold, when I really could have just chugged like a glass of cold water. I don't know, but there's multiple times where I went to the store, set Wayne, or my mom went for me, or someone went for me and went and got popsicles and frozen fruit. So first, like truly official pregnancy craving is frozen fruit and popsicles around week 33. Next, my sense of smell is amazing. And this has been something that I didn't have in the first trimester at all, but you hear women having, and I was kind of bummed I missed this symptom, but it is here. I can sniff anything out. Like, I know, it's just insane. Like, I walk past a room and I can smell, and no one else can smell what I smell, and I'm like, you guys all smell that? They're like, no. So I don't know, and this is a common theme throughout the next common theme throughout the next 3 weeks of my pregnancy is I can just smell. Like, I can smell everything, good, bad, ugly, pretty. Like, I can just smell it. So baby is still breech, head is still up in my ribs, and literally making me so numb right here. I do not know if I'm going to get feeling back in that area, because it pretty much feels like the nerves are dead right now, but we'll see. I'm still trying to flip baby, just doing things here or there. Honestly, nothing crazy. Well, I have a list, and pretty much every day I'm trying to do squats, bounce on the ball, go on a walk, do my inversions where my hips are up, and then also keep an ice pack up here and then something warm down on the bottom to encourage moving towards the warm. We'll see. He definitely moves away from the ice pack when I put the ice pack on, which is very funny. But not all the way down. He just kind of goes over in this area to try to get away from it. But I'm like, no. Keep on moving your way down. So week 34 was actually my baby shower here in Colorado. It was such a beautiful shower. My sisters and mom did such an amazing job. It was like a fall pumpkin theme. So the invitations, we were like welcoming a little pumpkin, and it was just, everything turned out so perfectly, you guys. It was such a fun afternoon of just all of my friends here in Colorado and family members. So I'm truly, truly thankful to my sisters and my mom for throwing that for me. This week, my feet, hands, and face have been swelling. I wake up and I feel like a little sausage, like my fingers, my toes, my feet. And then I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, my nose is now kind of swollen. And it kind of goes away throughout the day, but not completely. And so my dad has been funny a few times because I've walked downstairs and been like, oh, I kind of feel swollen today. And he's like, yeah, you look a little swollen. So us girls give him a hard time. We're like, you can't say that to a pregnant girl. Although I know I'm swollen because I can feel it. Like, I can feel my fingers and my feet, like, almost pulsating. Like, just because of how swollen they are. If you guys deal with this on a daily basis or have arthritis, seriously, my heart goes out to you, because I haven't ever dealt with this before, like swelling. Like, obviously if I roll my ankle or something, like in sports growing up, but not fingers and toes and feet. And it is so painful, like way more painful than I could have ever imagined. Like, honestly, to the point where before I was pregnant, if people talked about swelling or their hands and feet swelling or whatever and complaining, I was like, okay, you're just kind of bigger and puffy, but like what's the complaining for? I get it now, you guys. It hurts so bad. Like, when my fingers are swollen right in the morning, I can't even bend them, or like they pop, they crack, like, ooh, it just like, oh, it hurts so bad. So this is weird, but during 34 weeks and kind of a little bit before, and it happened a little bit after, but I started to notice I was waking up with like scratches on my belly, scratches on my legs, like not all at once, but like maybe one morning I had a scratch on my belly, and then the next morning I had a scratch on my thigh, and then my arm, and then my belly again. And I could not figure it out. Like, I don't know if something was in bed with me that I was hitting at night and it was scratching. Like, maybe I have a little sharp thing on my pregnancy pillow, like where the zipper is. I don't know if I was hitting that. Possibly. I just now I'm thinking of that. That could be it. But I woke up, so I was noticing that for a few days and just kind of thought, okay, like, I'm not really sure where those are coming from. At some point during the day, I scratched myself with something, right? Like, no big deal. I woke up one morning, you guys, with, like, looked like claw marks, like a cat clawed me all over my forearm and then twisting onto, like, the front part of my hand or my arm. And so bizarre. And the only thing I remember is having a dream that my arm was super itchy and that I couldn't, like, relieve that itch. But I don't remember if it was a dream or if I was actually itching my arm or what, but it was insane. And they are actually still healing. You can see, like, 3 little scratches. Like, honestly, no one would notice. I would have to point them out because they're pretty much almost healed. But I have no idea what happened. It was so weird. I went to change and my sweater, as it came off, like, brushed them. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? And looked, and my whole arm was just like scratched, raised lines. Like literally like a cat clawed my hand. Like it was so weird. So I think in the middle of the night I had an itch and couldn't stop. I have no idea. It's so weird. And it's happened a few more times since. I had a scratch on my belly, and I think that might be it. But very weird. Very, very, very weird. So 34 weeks, I had a lot of crazy symptoms, but normal pregnancy symptoms. Like my ribs are obviously still very numb. I'm incredibly thirsty, drinking like 2 or 3 Yetis a night. Like not during the day, just during the time when I'm sleeping. I keep a Yeti by the side of my bed. I would wake up, chug the entire thing, fill it back up, fall asleep. Wake up, have to pee, chug the whole thing, fill it up, fall asleep. Like it was a pattern, but I would wake up so thirsty that I didn't have an option. Like I was so thirsty I had to chug water to like relieve the thirst. It was crazy. Also during this 34 weeks, my skin was incredibly dry. It still is. I don't know why. Again, I guess maybe just baby is sucking so much like water from me because I'm thirsty. My skin's so dry. I'm putting oils on morning and night and it's not helping. Like my skin had never been this dry before, like in years. It was so insane. And then on top, I started to get hot flashes, like multiple throughout the day. I would instantly just burst into sweat and have to go stand outside. We actually had a few days that it snowed here in Colorado, and multiple days I was just standing outside for like 10 minutes at a time throughout the day because I was so hot in like shorts and a t-shirt. Like it was insane, these hot flashes. I'm still getting them even where I'm at today. It's just so crazy what your body goes through. Also during 34 weeks is when I had my first appointment with my new OB, and things went really well, you guys. Love the OB, love the doctor. I'm so excited about delivering at this hospital. Honestly, I can't wait. One thing is to know, my new doctor told me that I really shouldn't be trying things at home to flip baby because I am only 34 weeks. She said most babies flip by the time they're 36 weeks. So she said to not even really worry about it and just let them flip naturally. So I thought that was kind of interesting that my old OB told me to do things at home and then my new OB told me not to. So I kind of stopped because I had weird feelings about trying to flip him anyway. Wayne will be the first one to admit and agree with me that anytime I was trying things to flip him, I just felt weird about it. I had this inner thought, I guess, of like, what if there's a reason he's not flipping? Granted, I don't know what that reason is, but I just kept thinking like, what if there's a reason he's not flipping? Like, what if he's supposed to be breech? What if this is like God's plan? And I just felt very iffy trying to potentially change God's plan. Like, obviously God's plan is what will be, but I felt weird trying to change it. You know what I mean? Like, trying to force him to flip if there's a reason he's not flipped. So I was kind of glad that my OB said that he should just flip on his own. So I kind of stopped doing the crazy flip things. Like I was still walking and I was still stretching my hips just because it felt good. But in terms of like putting an ice pack on him and going at like crazy inversions to try to get my hips higher than my heart, I kind of stopped all of that and just decided that we will wait till 36 weeks and then we will take further steps if he's still breech. So 35 weeks is when I had all of the crazy symptoms. I had hot flashes, I was emotional, I was thirsty, I was hungry, my hands and feet were swelling. I just felt so pregnant and so big and like discomfort. Like it's getting so hard for me to sleep at night. I cannot find a comfortable position. I have now added one more pillow to my stack that I keep on my back. And it's just crazy. Like, to get up and move around in the middle of the night literally takes like every ounce of strength out of me. And I like moan and groan as I move throughout the bed. Like, if I have to wake up to go to the bathroom, poor Wayne, because I seriously am using every might in me to like lift me off the bed, to roll over, to stand up, to grab my belly, to get up. Like, it's just crazy. I will say though, I am thankful that this is just now happening at 9 months pregnant, around 35 weeks, because I could not have done it if it was happening much before that. I would have just been so exhausted and drained by this point. But because kind of all the tougher pregnancy symptoms are hitting me much later, I feel like I can do it and get through, and it won't be as bad. So 36 weeks, I started to get some zits on my face. I'm still very emotional, very thirsty, and hungry. I feel like all I do is chug water and eat, pretty much. And oh, one thing I will note is that I'm starting to get so sick of water. Like, I still drink a ton of water, but I find myself craving anything else. Water, like literally anything else. Which I don't know why that is, but I've definitely had some sweet tea, lemonade, like, and not every day, but at least every day I have a glass of something else, where before in my pregnancy, like, I didn't crave anything else. I was just on a water kick and thought I always would be, and now I'm almost like, can I get my water through or something, because I don't want to drink it anymore. I'm over it. Also, during 36 weeks is when we had our second appointment at our new OB, which would have been our 36-week appointment. So this is kind of a milestone, because from here on out, I go to the OB every single week, which is very exciting, makes time go by very quickly. And I remember driving to this appointment just so excited to potentially see baby again. And this was officially gonna start my inner checks, I guess. That's the best way to put it. Pretty much the doctor checking my cervix to see if I'm dilated or effaced. And I knew kind of at this point that maybe things would start happening in terms of my body preparing for labor, maybe getting Braxton Hicks or contractions, because keep in mind, I haven't had any up until this point. No Braxton Hicks, no contractions. So I was very excited to see where my body was at, how baby was doing, and pretty much get a game plan for the next like month of pregnancy. So my appointment went really good. She checked me internally and I was 0, 0 dilation, 0% effaced. It makes sense as to why nothing was happening in my body, but I was still a little bummed. I was like, dang it, all of my things I've been doing like haven't helped. Because keep in mind, like, I was drinking red raspberry leaf tea, I was eating 6 dates a day, I was walking, I was stretching, I was doing perineum, is that how you say it? Perineum massages. I was doing, like, literally I had another list of things that I did every single day to start preparing for labor. And I had just purchased primrose oil to start taking those capsules. And then at my 36-week appointment, finding out I was 0, 0, and then also they did an ultrasound and baby was still breech. And she told me that the cord is unfortunately not in a good spot, and that is probably why he is not flipping on his own. Meaning that I could not do chiropractic, I could not do acupuncture, I could not do the ECV or whatever, which I don't even know if I would do that. That thing scares me. But she called it all off the table, and she said, nope, I really don't want you trying to flip him. You know, this is probably the reason he's not flipping. There is still a chance he can flip, but chances are very slim. So I left that appointment knowing that if he does not flip, I will be having a C-section at 39 weeks pregnant. This was honestly very hard for me to take in. It is not at all how I envisioned my delivery to go, and it honestly took me a few days to cope, and I guess it honestly took me a few days to cope with the idea of having a C-section, and really what was hard is eliminating the possibility of a vaginal birth, because I kind of knew at that moment that that is why my baby is breech, and that he is not going to be able to flip because the cord's in a bad spot. And so it was all of the emotions. Like, it's weird to have a date picked of when you're going to meet your baby. Like, on this day, you will walk into the hospital and leave with a baby. That is so crazy to me. I still haven't fully wrapped my brain around it. But also kind of giving up that desire to have a vaginal birth, and then being okay with having a cesarean. So it took me a few days to go through all the emotions, all the feels, all the thoughts. There was a lot of prayer on my end, and Wayne's end, just asking for peace over the whole delivery, and that I would have just such a comfort with it. And I honestly start tearing up because I have that now. Like, okay, sorry. Like I said, I'm emotional. But it took me a few days to kind of process, and I can really say with full confidence and excitement and love and joy, like, my prayers have been so answered, you guys, and I'm so pumped for this C-section. Like, my mindset, my body, my attitude have done a complete 180 from how I was feeling a few weeks ago. And I am just so excited to meet this little man and get him here, and I cannot thank the Lord enough for switching my mindset and giving me so much hope and positive energy towards the C-section. I am so pumped now. So the hospital called the day after my 36-week appointment, and it is all officially scheduled. So November 14th at 9 a.m. I will be going in for a C-section, unless baby boy decides, whoop whoop, I'm gonna switch things up and flip on ya. But my breath is not held, my fingers are not crossed. I truly believe this is my my path, my plan that the Lord has for me, is to have this baby via cesarean, a C-section. So, and I am totally 100% at comfort and ease with that, and I'm just so excited now, which is so good, because I was very sad a week ago, but I cannot wait. So that is officially it, you guys, for this 9th month of pregnancy update. I cannot even believe it, you guys. My next one will only be 2 weeks, covering 2 weeks, because he'll be here 39 weeks. So my next update will be very short, and probably will be right before my C-section, or the day before my C-section. I will film that for you guys. I cannot even believe I'm officially 2 weeks, 3 weeks from meeting my little man. I could not be more thankful, more ready, more excited, you guys. Still a few things left to do, I will note, but he can come. Like, I'm so ready. He's not gonna come on his own, but like, I'm so ready for him, mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, I am so ready to be a mom. I'm so ready to get my little boy here. and to have a little family of 3 with Wayne, baby, and me. That rhymed. I will show you guys what my bump is looking like right now around 36 weeks. And then I think that's it for this update. Oh my gosh. Okay, on to the bump. Okay, so this probably was not the best shirt to wear, but this is what my bump looks like right now. Show it to you like this too. Can you guys even believe that my belly has gotten this big and that there's a baby in there? I can't even believe it. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will definitely go ahead and see you guys in my next video, which will be 10 months pregnant, my update. And before you know it, we'll have a little baby boy here on this channel. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. God bless.